I think we're all eagerly anticipating the Strawberry Festival this coming Saturday. And I think we'll look forward to seeing each other there as well. So I'd like to ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We usually say briefly a short invocation, acknowledging that there are higher powers than local government, but we do recognize that we are all here to conduct business and do our best to satisfy our residents and property owners. Thank you. Okay, Lori, would you call the roll call, please?
President McDonald,
Here?
Alex Kennedy,
He's excused.
Don Pellicet,
Here.
Jennifer Swack,
Here.
John Hawkins.
John's excused as well. And note for the record that Clerk Lori Zelenak is present and Treasurer Judy Verse is excused. Okay, Council has before it the minutes of the June 12th, 2023 regular meeting. Are there any questions, changes, or corrections on those minutes? If none, a motion to approve them would be in order.
I will make a motion to approve the June 12th, 2023 Village Council meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of the June 12th meeting, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, please say no. Okay. Minutes are approved. Council has before it an agenda for this evening. Are there any changes, additions, deletions? If none, a motion to approve the agenda would be in order.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Hearing no questions on the motion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, please say no. Okay, motion carries. A slight typo on the agenda. We have 2 June reports from the treasurer, so we'll just scratch one of them. The council has received the treasurer's report from the village treasurer. Are there any questions, changes, corrections?
I will make a motion to receive and file the treasurer's report for June 2023. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Pellicet,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
McDonald.
Yes. Okay. Treasurer's report's approved, we receive the file. Council also has the accounts payable for June 2023 in the amounts of $13,502.83 from the general fund, $3,317.37 from the major fund, $1,461.50 from the local fund, and $225 from the Mill Park Recreation Fund. Any questions on the accounts?
No.
If not, a motion to approve them would be in order.
I will make a motion to approve the accounts payable June 2023 in the amounts of general $13,502.83, major $3,317.37, local $1,461.50, and Mill Park Recreation $225. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Are there question on the motion? Hearing none, do we have a roll call to pay the bills for June, please?
McDonald?
Yes.
Swack?
Yes.
Pelichick?
Yes.
Motion carries, so pay the bills. This next part of the meeting is the opportunity for the public to address the village council. We ask that you be brief, to the point, and introduce yourselves. If you care to. Anybody care to address us?
Not at this time.
Okay, well, there won't be another opportunity technically unless you're here for one of the items on the agenda.
We're the Sagans. We're new to Leonard. We just moved here in December, so this is our first time coming to the city council meeting, and we're just here to see,
Nice.
what's going on and get involved.
You're
Sweet.
on Rosie Drive.
No, we're on
Hager.
Hagerman.
Oh, Hagerman.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little bit of bad news. You're technically not village residents.
Really?
Yeah, the village ends at the pavement
Oh.
as you go to Hagerman. You are technically Addison Township residents.
Interesting.
And while we would love to claim you, unfortunately, technically, you're not within the boundaries of the village. So
Okay.
Addison Township meets on,
Even having a Leonard address, yes, it is
yeah,
confusing. Everybody is Leonard,
Very-
although you're Addison Township.
it's very
It's always
common.
been confusing. to
It's
us.
Yes.
very common, it's
Yeah.
very common.
Yeah.
But we get phone calls almost every day from people that are trying to find out about property or
Yeah.
something that's going on in the township or the, and they
One or
don't
the other.
really know who they're calling. So, the reason I thought maybe Rosie Drive is because that's about the only
That's-
place we have any new
Movement, yeah.
residents moving into the area, in the village.
Yeah.
Addison Township also meets on Mondays.
Okay.
I believe they meet at 6 PM. And the offices are down in Lakeville.
Oh.
You know where
The library is and the fire
the
station.
library and the
Well, the
fire
first.
station right there?
Oh, okay.
The Addison Township offices are right there.
All right.
Um,
Well, that's what I'm
Well, you now know more than probably a lot of your neighbors know.
Sorry, we're
We're not
moving.
glad-
No, and you're welcome.
Clears up a lot of stuff for us.
And you are welcome to stay.
Absolutely.
If you want to, but some of this, most of this isn't going to apply to you folks.
Except for the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you
you so
very
much.
much.
Great to meet you folks.
Maybe take you out to dinner now. You
But,
gotta-
yeah, would you like to go to dinner?
So, and also set,
It was very nice to
And
meet you. though.
strawberry.
Yes, thank you so much.
I applaud your wanting to learn more about the community, and you'll get an excellent reception at Addison Township as well.
Thanks
And
very much.
this Saturday is the Strawberry Festival.
Yes.
Plan on coming
Yeah.
down for a while.
Don't miss it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Well, that was nice.
That was nice. A little embarrassing, but nice.
Wish we could claim them.
I've done
No,
that
that's
before.
it. Yeah. We've all
Or
been
where I'm not
confused
supposed to
by
be.
where we were. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, moving down to new business.
Okay.
The first item is the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance. We budgeted $300 for sponsorship for that organization. I would appreciate a motion to authorize the treasurer to make that donation, or that contribution, I should call it, to Oxford Addison Youth Assistance.
I will make a motion to, for the treasurer to pay the $300 that we have budgeted for the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Sponsorship Fund.
Now, second. I'm it.
I know.
We'll finish this and then, okay, so we have a motion and a second.
This is
Uh-huh.
mine.
Are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, do we have a roll call for this item?
Pelichick?
Yes?
Swack?
Yes.
McDonald?
Yes. Technically, the village president is not, while I can make a motion and I can make a second, it's generally not
Preferred.
the preferred procedure to follow.
Hmm.
And I have, you probably remember, there's been a few times I've done it, just if for nothing else than to get something either on or off the table, so.
And sometimes it's because you're the only one that knows the
Right.
motion.
So it's not that I don't want to do it,
Yeah,
it's just better if we do it the way we are, so.
yeah.
Yeah,
So thanks.
no problem.
Okay, number 2, under new business, the village DPW truck. We bought it in 2020, and it needs to have a number of basically large maintenance items. And I say large because everything on this, it uses gallons of oil, it uses gallons of, half a dozen filters at least. And we normally have Kurt Strobel at Strobel Service will do the work for us, but he said it's too big a truck, it's just
Oh.
too much for him to do. So I've called a couple of local large truck places and gotten some tried to get quotes. I only got one verbal quote, and the guy suggested that it would be anywhere to do the oil change and filter, the engine oil and filter, the transmission oil and filter, the diesel fuel filters, and any miscellaneous lubrication that needs to be done. It would not be less than $500,
Oh,
which we spent $500 on the tractor for the same work 2 years ago. But
that doesn't sound too bad.
I would like to ask the council's indulgence and to authorize up to $1,500, because I think there's a leak on the oil pan, and I'm not sure if it's a rust hole or if it's the actually
If it's
the
a seal or
oil
something.
plug or
Yeah.
something like that. And so I don't want to get it there and then not be able to tell them or hope that it will
Right.
cover what that would cost for them to fix it. So I'd like to ask the council, we do have the money
I was to say,
for
is it,
maintenance
is
in
it
our
budgeted?
account.
Okay.
So I'd like authorization to, up to $1,500 for that work to be performed.
I will make a motion to authorize village president to pay up to $1,500 for truck repairs.
A second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If there are no questions on the motion, we have a roll call, please.
Swack,
Yes.
McDonald,
Yes,
Pellicet.
Yes.
motion carries, thank you. Number 3 is a sidewalk. You'll find in your packet tonight, there's a note there that basically is an exchange between Lori and the Black Grant administrator down at Oakland County. And it turns out, unbeknownst to me, that we don't have any money currently allocated for removal of architectural barriers. And Lori and I have theorized what may have happened, but the bottom line is that the money we have is what you see, and that doesn't include the money that we're going to get for 2023, which is $7,000 that will be going into minor home repair. So I would like to recommend, and I did this after some discussion with Lori, I'd like to recommend that we reprogram the monies that you see there for 2019, 2021, and 2022, that we reprogram those to remove architectural barriers
All three,
at our
so,
next meeting.
so basically like 13,000,
Yeah.
14,000 would go,
Yeah,
almost 13,800.
right. And you may recall in 2020, the money went to
We went back to Oakland
Went to-
County,
It went to Oakland County, who used it to support women's
Addison
shelter.
or somebody, yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah.
Now, it says it can be taken away after a year? What does that mean?
Yeah, if we don't reprogram it,
Well, you have to just like
we'll lose
That's
the
it.
2019 money.
we have not lost that?
No, we haven't lost it yet.
We can't do that tonight?
We have to put a public notice in the paper.
Oh, gotcha.
We have to follow the guidelines.
Okay.
So we're making more work for Lori, but I think that's the best answer is to reprogram it. then frankly, that's what the county wants us to do. Otherwise, we lose that money.
Gotcha. And is there any reason to not do all of it? Do you
Yes,
don't
there
see
is.
any?
There is a reason. Every year when we have our hearing in December or November for
Yeah.
block grant, it takes 7 or 8 months for them to approve it. So we won't see the
Holy smokes.
2023 money
Until
until
October.
perhaps September,
Yeah.
maybe October. So there is a gap there of 2 or 3 months where we won't have any funds
So
available for minor home repair.
is it cost effective to do this kind of piecemeal? And we have to address the 19, like that has to be done. Not even but is there any reason to leave the 7 in there before you, because right now if somebody's furnace went out, we don't have the 7 to
Right.
give unless we leave it there.
They take that from us too, because it's 2023, and they really want the money used up within 12 months.
So they
in a year.
like it used in 2023. So they don't actually give it to you until during
Yeah,
their
I know.
2024, but they
Even
want you to use it
though-
now.
You know, we're getting close on that one, and
Right.
the other thing is that you and I talked about before is the environmentals have already been improved on these. So moving forward with any project that we could do, maybe at scale a little bit bigger by bundling the money,
Mhm.
would be advantageous for us, because moving forward, when the new funds come in, it's gonna change how we do projects. The new environmental standards have changed with SHPO and TIPO, where we'll be getting tribes involved and historical commissions involved if we break ground in any way. And so it might be difficult to commingle those funds moving forward, where if we had a hunk, this would be a great time to actually give you an opportunity for some connectivity.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
The block grant standards change almost yearly or annually. But Lori has learned that new sidewalks, as long as they have some connectivity with
Yeah.
within the community, and the ADA standards are met, we might be able to use this money for that, rather than trying to piecemeal do a couple of
Yeah.
lone intersection
Yeah.
ADA
Which
things.
is better pricing anyhow to knock them all out at the same time, because
Right.
we literally have lack of connectivity.
Yeah.
It's
no,
not even
no.
just like a word that we're using. No, it literally doesn't connect.
It does, and I'll get
Okay.
more information about that from Samantha. You know, I just kind of did a cursory phone call, and Mike and I talked a little bit about it. You know, it's for you guys obviously.
And I guess
to
too,
decide.
if we needed the repairs to be made, you could always pull it out of architectural barrier. If somebody was desperate and needed some of the funds
Well,
that,
Technically.
no, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
now,
there's
these
7,000 in the
monies-
next one.
These monies won't be programmed, and look at it from this point of view. If between now and next month we get an emergency, we can take care of it. Because
Gotcha.
this money is gonna stay in minor home repair until we meet,
Oh, I gotcha.
ask them to
This is
change
3
it.
months
So
out
we're
even.
already into September.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So
gotcha.
it sounds kind of bad, but there's a couple months there that,
Gotcha. Okay.
It might be close, it might be right up against each other. We honestly don't know.
and they don't know either. They're
there's-
not very good
yeah.
at letting us know.
Right.
No, they don't, like you said, they don't know themselves.
So we
Okay,
don't have to
all
decide
right.
tonight. So
No, that's
I
cool.
think for our purposes, we need a motion authorizing the clerk to publish a public notice for reprogramming of block grant funds from 2019, 2021, and 2022. Now, whether, that doesn't lock us into having to do it.
No, it just puts it
But
on.
we let the people know how we intend to, or what we intend to look at.
Then I will make a motion to, ooh, where was I going with this?
A motion to authorize the clerk to.
Oh, authorize the
publish-
clerk to
Publish a
to-
notice of reprogramming for the village.
for the village
in,
community block grant 2020, or 2019, 2021, and 2022.
Right,
I'll second,
thank you.
if you're done.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. if there's no questions on the motion, let's do a roll call on that, just in
Okay.
case that's one of the requirements.
McDonald,
Yes,
Pelichick,
Yes.
Swack.
Yes.
okay. And you'll probably have to, when you do the roll calls, you'll make sure to include who was absent as part of it. I know I think we normally do that, but
Yeah, no problem.
with
Just
Black
a reminder
Grant,
just in case.
with Black Grant, we want to make sure that that's
Gotcha.
done right.
All dot our i's and.
We all had our
T's
glasses
and
on.
all our
We were-
stuff.
Right.
Got it.
We were saying,
Okay. So then moving on to old business, you will recall that last month, the council authorized $3,000 for the repair of the DPW well. I reached out and got several verbal quotes. No well driller worth his salt is going to give us a written guarantee on an amount. Mr. Edwards, well drilling, and I think it's A&A well repair, it's $3,500. Ray Van Tyne said it could be anywhere from $3,000 to $4,500. The only caveat for taking action on this is both of them agreed on the diagnosis. They both said that our well point needs to be changed out. In order to pull the well point, they have to pull all the pipe out of the well, drive the point in or out, pull the old one out or drive it out or something, and then install a new one and then reinstall it. So I tried to dicker a little bit, and there was just no dickering. So assuming that they're right, $3,500 should fix the well. If they're wrong, and it turns out to be something else, then we'll have a problem. But, so I'm recommending, I was thinking if there was, the only other thing that would need to be changed would be the well pump. So I'm thinking if the council would authorize up to $4,000.
is that safe?
I think so. I think we can get a pump for that much. There's a new bladder tank on it. It's a couple
Oh.
years old, so there's not much else there.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, if we were to authorize more, say, go to the 45, and you don't use it,
no, I wouldn't use it
Then
if I didn't have
then
to.
it just
Yeah,
goes
just
back.
to cover that. That's
Would that-
again, that's a maintenance.
Would that be more a comfortable spot for you than the
Yeah.
4,000?
Yeah.
He could come up and say it's 42.
I'm just guessing, right.
Right.
I'm just guessing.
I mean, I'd rather be safe and
Yeah, have
Have you
enough
able to do it
at hand,
instead of
otherwise
coming
he's got to
back?
come back and,
Okay, and
we have to
I'm looking at having Mr. Edwards do it. He assisted B&B when they did
Right.
our well next door.
it sounds like Alex has had experience and
Yeah, so,
positive experience.
so if the council would, a motion to authorize the Edwards quote at $3,500 for well repair, not to exceed $4,500 total
in case.
in case of.
Otherwise, we got to go all over this again.
Yeah, so I will make a motion to authorize the A&A, Mr. Edwards quote of $3,500 with funds not to exceed $4,500 in case something else is needed.
And I will second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? If none, could we have a roll call, please?
Swack,
Yes.
Pelichick,
Yes.
McDonald.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then basically this is just an update. We did write a citation and file it with the court as well as send it to the owner for 4285 Forest Street. When I delivered, the attorney recommended that I post the citation on the structure as well as sending it to them. So when I went to do that, the door was wide open. So when I informed him of that, and I took some pictures, he said we should write a second citation. because they're not securing the property, which makes it an attractive nuisance. And
Mm-hmm.
he said that will help us in court to show that
Because it
there's
shows it shows-
negligence
yeah.
and whatever. So I am going to do that this week.
It shows abandonment.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just have a question about that.
yes.
Does it hold any weight? I know like in the city boundaries, if people report seeing rats,
In Vernon, yeah.
they will act faster. I don't know if it's true out here.
I would say no. I've actually had tenant occupied houses that had rats, and then when the tenants left, the rats were gone too. So it was kind of the opposite, you know.
Okay, so they don't just go there because they got nothing else to...
Yeah, no, I think the door being open, and if you were to secure it and it was open again, or find it open on a weekly basis and be able to show that or prove that is more like, it's
Yeah,
been,
there was no sign of tenancy or anybody trying to live there or use it.
Maybe
No,
kids
no,
just checking it out to see if it's possible to...
I think if it were occupied, the health department would probably be faster acting than anybody
Yeah.
else
yeah.
on
Okay.
a problem like that. But I have the same problem from next door to me, the raccoons and
Yeah.
all
Sure.
of that torn into that place.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, everything, squirrels,
Yeah.
bats, possums, they're all, anything that can climb or fly. will
Wherever
get
there's
in there.
food.
Yeah, so, yeah, but I'll make sure, our attorney is well aware of the fact that it's been open for many
Okay.
years.
Yeah.
So that's all I had for that. DPW update, well, we got the speed signs up.
Yeah, so,
For Rochester Forest Street, and we'll just have to wait and see how they work out.
Now, that's monitored by the sheriff's department?
No, even though legally those are certified radars,
Uh-huh.
but you have to certify them periodically,
Oh.
the sheriff's department will not write a ticket on the basis of those if they see, even if they see it with their naked eye. They have to verify it with their own equipment before.
Are the speed limits registered as people go by? Is it registered, or is it just more of a warning to slow down?
It's basically a warning.
So no one really watches?
Well, they do accumulate data,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so,
And then they check it out and see how it's going?
well, the village, it's stated that the village can access.
Okay, but where's it collected at?
probably on the
Well, it
sign
hasn't
itself.
been collected,
Oh, it's not,
and so,
Does the sign just hold on to,
yeah, it's
Just
got a memory.
continuous.
Yeah, it's got a memory, so it records all of that. In doing research for these, one of the things I did learn was that none of the manufacturers of these signs claim that they're gonna stop people from speeding. But it's like they keep honest people honest, people that aren't paying attention and don't know how
Yeah.
fast they're going, or if it's not clear to them. Like, I don't know, we got a lot of speed signs in the village letter. I mean, you can't throw a rock without.
you got
sign.
one going east,
Yeah, oh, several,
And
yeah.
down here, two down here,
So,
but it is
but
like
even the
a
regular
reminder.
signs, we have
Yeah.
a lot of those.
and regular signs too, yeah.
So, yeah, all in all, some people would probably argue, but the signs, the original two signs have made a difference. And I can speak that personally because, especially since I've retired, if I'm out front and I hear somebody going by and it sounds like they're going fast, and I'll look, watch the sign, and a lot of times you think they're going faster than they are.
It's just a loud car.
People do, they get up to the speed and then they kind of just
Mhm.
take it easy, so. And we can move them, if they're not effective where they are,
You can, so they don't know that they're not being, that the
Well, see-
monitoring isn't,
Actually, state law does not allow a community to write tickets on the basis of electronic surveillance.
oh,
Many states do allow it. Fortunately
Okay.
for us in Michigan, you can't have, like they do in New York and New Jersey, and there's a lot of,
Oh, yeah, you're right, they do.
New Hampshire,
Yes,
there's a lot of states that
At
have
their,
those intersection signs.
well, they have,
That's-
yes, There are
or
turnpike signs, too.
Intersection cameras.
In the
They-
photo-
they
photo
can
ID.
take it. But Michigan's law does not provide for that, and I hope it never does.
So the village paid for those electronic signs to go
The
up?
first two signs, the township had bought those.
Okay,
And that, when they found out then that the road commission and the sheriff's department were not going to, the road commission doesn't allow that type of sign on their property, on their right of way. They only want the small signs that you see around some residential areas where all it does is flashes the speed. There's no messaging, things like that.
Gotcha.
Which, we could do that with these. These can be reprogrammed.
Turn it off, yeah.
But since they're not gonna do it anyways, if the sheriff's not gonna write tickets on the basis
Right.
of it,
Just leave them where they
there's
are.
not much point. I think it's just a gentle reminder, and when they do the speed limit, we say thank you. The sign
does,
says thank you. I think
Right.
that's
Yeah.
generally good enough for most people.
Yeah.
okay.
But I hope that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, where was it? Moving on
President's
to-
report.
Yeah. So we had no Freedom of Information Act requests. We had no applications for assistance to CDBG. Ordinance enforcement, I've already explained the 4285 forest. DTE, that's ongoing. That, I don't even have it on the agenda next month.
Yeah, we
because
know, we had another outage, when was it, the other day,
Yeah.
a couple of days ago?
It wasn't very long, was it?
About 4 hours.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I have a generator, a whole house generator, but I know when my generator kicks on in the middle of the day, that power's out. Wasn't too long.
So, okay. Okay, now, our local road improvement program was approved by the county. That's the one where we contribute half of project cost, and they contribute the other half. And the project is to attempt to make some improvements to Division Street between Forest Street and Cooper Standard.
oh, that's terrible, yeah.
So I'll be trying to get, I'm gonna see if Mr. Starr will help us out. If we, in the past, back in 2011, the village provided the asphalt millings and he put
Spread
it
it.
down for us. So I don't know if he'll be up to doing that again, but I'm gonna run it by him. Hopefully we can use the money there.
Mhm.
It's like between the two of us, it's $6,400, give or take. Cable Commission, John's not here, but I don't think there's anything going on. Decorating Committee, I gotta say, downtown looks great, thanks to all of the Decorating Committee. Putting those bricks
Made a big difference.
made a
yeah,
huge
it did.
difference.
Yeah,
Everybody has
Yeah.
complimented
Yeah,
good.
complimented it, so yeah,
That's
it's really a great job. Downtown looks good, it's gonna be great for the Strawberry Festival. The North Oakland Transportation Authority, starting in August, or maybe late July, August through part of September, they're gonna be redoing the parking lot there. It's been approved by Oxford Village Planning Commission, and we found alternate parking for the vehicles. So hopefully it'll be starting, and it'll only be for 2 months' time. So our riders, the users, should not even notice any difference in service, thanks to that. Okay, there will be a meeting in July of the Planning Commission. I expect some information from the village attorneys regarding the zoning ordinance. And then Pollyant Trail Management Council, they have no meeting in July. There is a meeting for NODA though in July. And then Village Park,
I saw
I
Roe.
went over there and did a little work. I cut the tree branches out of it that I could. I met with Roe and village residents, Linda and Doug Noacre came. We looked at the property for the purposes of our project. And they're going to start surveying this month. And
Good.
hopefully, we've got a tight deadline, but I see no reason we shouldn't be able to wait.
Cool.
So that's good progress. And then you have the only report, thanks to Lori, on our block grant funds.
Mhm.
So
Did you have a summer festival? You skipped,
No, we
you skipped number one. Is there anything to say about Saturday? Probably not for us, right?
not for us. Don, our DPW manager, informed me that he may have to work, which means that
Was
I'll
it-
probably be volunteering to put out the street closure stuff and all that. But other than that.
Do you need help with that then that morning?
Because Eli's looking to volunteer. He already asked me, what can I do?
That would be awesome.
Because he's done it every year. He goes, this is supposed to be my year 9. I don't, just because I'm not on the festival committee. So do you
Yeah.
want me to have him reach out to you?
If he would,
Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
give him my phone number. and,
Okay.
How much help do you need?
Well, 2 people just makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
barrels
that
and
should
stuff,
be,
yeah.
that should be enough. Don and I usually do it.
Okay.
And Don's usually around, in the evening he'll be around, so it's just,
That's
Friday
really just the
night.
morning.
On Friday night,
Just
Saturday
Saturday
night.
morning.
Actually, he's throughout some days, so he can help you set up Friday night if you want to do something.
Well, Friday, we just get the stuff out and put it in the
Okay.
locations.
Well, Friday.
We don't actually set it up, and then Saturday morning is when we actually put the
Move it.
barriers and the barrels in.
What time are things shut down? For the
Streets closures at 10, I believe.
10 in the morning?
10 in the morning.
And when does it start?
Yeah, it's
Well,
bottom of the first page
technically,
here.
Oh, it's on the bottom?
Yeah, on the
So-
minutes of last month.
Oh, okay.
10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. East Elmwood Street from
Oh, I see.
Forest to Division.
Okay.
10 to 9 Division from East Street to East Elmwood, and then
10 a.m. Okay.
10 to 2 on west, our side. The West Elmwood to Rosie Drive is 10 to 2.
Okay.
So, good.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else? Let's see, I do mention, I got some correspondence from the newly created North Oakland Resource Recycling Authority. The communities of Orion Township, Auburn Hills, a couple of private recycling companies banded together and they want to create something like, if you're familiar with SACRA,
Mhm.
so it's a South Oakland County Community Resource Recycling. They initiated this group in the hope of getting to that point, but they have not been actively recruiting communities. I expressed an interest in it, but at this point in time, I'm not sure what benefit, if any.
What it would cost and whatever, yeah.
Exactly, so,
Gotcha.
it's got some growing to do, I think, before it becomes a
Feasible
feasible
for
thing.
us, yeah.
But I do have that letter if anybody wants a copy of it or needs.
No,
needs
so you could probably
information.
even search them online, I'm guessing, and find
Yeah.
out information.
And that's all I have this evening. Anybody
Okay.
else?
Nope.
Okay. Is there a motion to
I will make a
adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.